Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to Tank Tycoon. It's not called that. Arms Tycoon Tanks or something like that. But it is a fantastic game. We've just designed our first tank, the Prometheus, and it has actually won the first competition here against its competitors. As we can probably see somewhere over here. Tank Core, I think, concepts. Yeah, there you can see the heavy infantry support tank is based on the concept that we have submitted. It is supposedly a pretty good concept in that regard. It has a lot of firepower, soft, it has mobility, it has protection. So that's all very nice, and we are currently building it, which I think is fantastic, but we are only building it very slowly, about one tank every 6 days or so, and we are expecting that around 40 or so will need to be delivered, which is quite a number. So let's see how many we can produce them. In the meantime, we are still researching a couple of components here. We've burned through about half of our money. So I'm not entirely sure whether we will succeed over here, but we're certainly going to try. I also think I should try to get a little bit more material here, and I think we noticed that we need a little bit more medium carbonated steel rather than anything else. And the lead time here is rather significant, unless we want to pay a premium, which I do think we do not want to do if we can avoid it at all. So yeah, you know what? I think we can probably buy as much here as we probably want, right? I think it was about 50% more though, so maybe around, you know what, let's buy around 3,000. Should be more or less okay. A little bit more high carbonated steel, a little bit more iron I think would also be a good idea. So let's buy this over here. Lead time's not that bad, 12 days. I think we can just buy as much as we can. There we go. Now, the war hasn't broken out yet, and we have already produced our first tanks. That is lovely. It's also wildly historically inaccurate, but there we go. Right, heavy side fat MGs, that is nice. Do we want to go for accurate fire, joint clips, elevation, screw, medium, high capacity? Oh yeah, I would like the belt fed armor here, so we're going to focus a little bit on getting better machine guns. Maybe we can produce an upgrade of our tank at one point with slightly better guns. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So yeah, let's try to do that anyway. The production run has finished here, so let's actually check on whether we can get a couple more people here. Yeah, just 5 more workers. We're very slow in hiring workers, and that is the downside of having fired them all earlier, but it is what it is. Right, let's produce 3 more with everyone. 11 days. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, the War Ministry wants a basis for the heavy assault tank. Now, we do not have a heavy support tank that we could offer them. What they are looking for is mobility. Fair enough. It is firepower hard. Our guy does not have firepower hard at all. That being said, it is such a good tank in terms of mobility, protection, and crew quality here. Yeah, look at that. We've got so much firepower soft that we might actually, that would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny, really. Okay, you know what? Let's offer our Prometheus female tank as the new heavy tank version, and let's see what the War Ministry makes out of that. We could just win that, even though it's really clearly not the one that we need. But here's the important bit. So, in 33 days, the War Ministry does want a couple of tanks. And that is for trench crossing, machine guns, and protection. So that is pretty much exactly what we need over here. 33 days, they want 19 tanks in 33 days. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because we do have a pretty good one here with the Prometheus 62. It fulfills nearly all of the requirements, more or less. They would pretty much wish for more in every single regard over here, but there's only that. Now, the trouble is we need to deliver at least 14 tanks, and I think at this point we have a grand total of around 4, right? 5. So 5 tank slots in 8 days. In 8 days we would have 5 tanks. Okay, let's look at that contract again. We'll need to be very careful here, because the thing is, if we do not deliver the tanks successfully, we are going to get a fine here on the reputation. Now, this was 33 days. We can extend that by around, how much is that? By around 10 days. So we have at the maximum 43 days. We need to deduct at least, I guess, 12 days or so from that for delivery of the tanks. So that means we've got 32 days, really, to produce all of the tanks that we can produce. Can we viably produce 14 tanks in that time? Otherwise, we might be better off not bidding for this one and just wait. You know, we're going to try to produce as many as possible, and then we're going to see just before the contract is due, we're going to submit our bid. I don't think there's... We're going to try to accelerate this as much as possible, and I guess there's one thing that we could do, and that is we could build a sub-assembly line over here. It's going to take about 14 days. Going to cost us 10,000. We're running a little bit low on money here, but I guess it's okay-ish. Right, let's try to get better guns over time. Should be a-okay. Rapid fire. Yeah, we could... Burst controller. Ooh, lovely. Aluminium cooling shroud. Okay, I've never seen these guys, but... Yeah, I'm going to try to do something like that. Right, let's see. Let's see. Right, a bunch of iron has arrived. That is lovely. Can we get more of that, please? Oh yeah, we do have a lot of stuff here that we could order. So yeah, let's go ahead and order more iron. We need to be a little bit careful here with the money. I don't want to go over and on top, basically. The medium carbureted steel should also not be completely neglected, although some is on the way. And I suppose a little bit more is not too bad. And then let's go for more steel. Ooh, steel is expensive. We only can get steel from the US at this point, and that is pretty expensive. Nevertheless, let's do buy some. Then we're going to hope that we're going to be alright here with the money. Right, let's see, let's see. One more day, there we go. Prometheus have been delivered. We've got now 5, right? So let's check that again. We should try to deliver that 25 days, and again we can probably extend that by round about the delivery time. So really the question is, within 25 days, can we build at least 9 tanks? If we hire as many workers as possible, that's only 5, but there we go. Right, so 25 days, 9 tanks. Is that viable? I don't think it is going to be viable. No, it's going to take longer than that. We could, of course, try to submit... I'm very reluctant here. I'm very, very reluctant. We're probably going to miss the first bidding process. Now, we could try to bid for that and accept that we're going to take some penalties. That would not be the end of the world. We could potentially still make money out of this. So in 25 days... wait a minute again. So right now this do 14... Yeah, that's exactly 10 days. I think we need 12 for delivery. So that means we have 23 days. How many tanks can we build in 23 days exactly? We can build 6. So that means we've got 11 tanks to deliver if everything goes correctly. There can always be sabotage. There can always be other nerfed stuff. I don't think that at 11 tanks we would be facing a fine of 15,000 per tank. That's almost the production cost of a tank. Even if we ramp up the costs fully here, at this point it might just work. It might just work. But notice how low our score here is going to be. Merely due to the fact that we can't really deliver that many. It's only going to be 35. I don't think they're going to accept that at all. Also notice that their requirements have become a little bit higher. Yeah, the repairability, nothing basically is where it needs to be. All of our categories here are worse than they wouldn't want. Interestingly enough, only the Mars is pretty much an exact match, which is going to be a problem later on. Total profit. We can try to submit this. 28,000. accept this and accept that we're going to be fined? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to try to be a little bit more prudent here. So let's try to set up a short production run here until we get the bonus in 6 days. Shouldn't be too much. I think probably just 1 or 2 tanks here. Yeah, 2 tanks. Let's start with a run of 2 tanks. That's gonna be alright. Expanded feed mechanism. That's all okay. I think this does mean we have relatively... You know what? Let's try to get for rapid fire here too. And then we're going to try to see whether we can do an upgrade later on. Now, upgrades are a bit of an issue because it's not that easy. Company B is being set up, but I think that they're going to get the better tanks, so it might be a bit of an issue. Barrel improvement, let's go for rapid fire. And I think very soon all of these engineers are going to find themselves out of a job. Because we need to be careful with our money. Prometheus, 2 have been delivered. The upgrade that we have is there. Let's go to admin. Let's hire more staff. We're going to try to hire them as many staff as possible. And yeah, let's add all of them and see how many we can produce in a viable timeline. Now, let's try to produce 16 days. So that's 1 every 3 days in the end, and it's pretty much exactly linear, isn't it? Okay, there's not that much of a benefit, it seems. Oh, let's go for 16 days. 6 more tanks would be lovely. Iron being delivered, nice, nice, nice. Steel delivered. How much space do we have? We have a lot of space left. Anything that's running low? Well, yeah, carbon steel. Yeah, I think we need more of that. Unfortunately, we can only get it from the US. We already have an order from the US. So not much that we can do. Iron then. Yeah, let's buy the cheap stuff here. 12 days is not that bad, but I would like to buy some. Right, and... Oh, this is an interesting event. I had that last time. The German High Command is offering a bribe here. We're, of course, going to decline that, even though it would be fun from a business perspective. Right, so we've pretty much done all we can here. Maybe let's go for the last one here, and then I think we actually have this entire setup here completed, which is lovely. 5 days. Another batch of high steel. Let's buy more of that. There's only 1 source of that, so, and it's going to take ages. Oops. Yeah, we're running very low on money here. We need to be kind of careful. Right, there we go. Let's actually see whether we can build a new machine gun here. So, our secondaries, we could look at the Vickers machine gun, which we can go with an enlarged water jacket here for 5 more soft rate of fire, more reliability, slightly less repairability. So also looking fine, but you know what? I like the idea of a water cooling system. Do we want to go for a hose though? Yeah, we do. Do we want to go for... This is a +3, this is basically a +4, although the reliability goes a little bit down. Fine, we can go with that. And we can go with a fabric belt for 2 more rate of fire and more rounds. Same over here actually, but slightly better reliability, but at the cost of slightly worse reliability. Still, I think I prefer this one. Jointed clips, no, that's not quite as good. You know what, let's go for the higher capacity pan magazine. And then on top, we could go for a telescopic sight, but it only has heart accuracy, and we're using soft guns here. We could go for reliability. Repairability, no, don't think we need that. So let's go ahead and design this one over here. As many as 27 engineers who just need pretty much a day to cobble that together. Which I very much like as an idea. Right. People are joining our competitors, not good. Let's do a new design here. It's going to be a very similar design. It's going to be, again, the Mark 1. It's going to be powered with every upgrade that we have got over here. But this time we're going to use these slightly better machine guns. And I'm slightly worried because I think that we'll go over the mass that we actually have. But here's the thing. I think the firepower soft is going to be so much better on these guys than it was on the other ones. So Let's check that out. We of course do need a commander, we need a driver, we need, I guess, 3 gunners. Let's check here. Yeah, 3 gunners seem about right. Mechanic seems about right, and then we're going to go with the mechanic slash gunner combination so that we've got these positions over selected. That's nice, and I think here we can go with pretty much the same as we did last time. All of these things that do provide more soft stuff, and that's fine. And we're just gonna call this the Mark II. Very sort of down to earth name. There we go. 40 people, all of them committed, and that's lovely. And by the way, can I just say how much I love designing tanks this way? Okay, you guys are all okay, and we could hire 10 more people here. Let's do that right now, because I want to employ them as soon as possible. More iron has been delivered. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and here is the next requirement for cavalry tanks. So this is the first kind of light tank that we could design. We could of course try to come up with that, but I don't think this is financially viable. We don't even have the oh, look at that! They actually use the Prometheus for the heavy gun concept too. Ah, that's kind of funny. Right. Okay, production run has finished. No sabotage yet. That means we have 13 tanks in our production line there. That's cool. Can we hire more people before we go into anything else? No, we can't. Labor market has become a little bit sparse. That's fine. Let's try to produce more of these guys then. How about we produce 3 more? 7 days. It's starting to become a little bit faster here. Let's actually check back on that contract. Is that contract, in fact, has that been decided? I don't think we have seen any notification on that. Did I miss that? Did I click around and not see it? I don't see that we can deliver them, so I don't think that is the case yet, at least. So that's kind of okay. Right, then let's design, or let's build a couple of these guys then. Maybe 4 of them in 10 days. Should be okay. You know what, let's do 1 less. 3. Then we only have enough material for 4 more tanks, which I kind of dislike, because we are starting to run a little bit low on equipment here. It should be armed with guns, so there's a new supply contract that is available for 10 tanks. Well, I'm happy to submit this guy here, even though it clearly isn't. It clearly isn't what you need, but we're going to try to deliver 10 tanks. We could deliver up to 15. And we could deliver 15 now, so let's actually try to submit this as our design here. We're going to go for the shortest time period. We should actually check what date it is currently. So currently it is July. I think we can try to deliver it early and try to say, you know what, look, we have this tank. It's really not what you asked us to deliver, but it's close enough and you can have it immediately. Immediately you could have up to 16 tanks. Yeah, let's go for that. So 15 tanks gonna be delivered beginning of August, but for a price of £36,000. You're probably gonna say no to that, but we are starting to look a little bit thin here on the money side, so take it. Right, Mark II is delivered. Let's go for trials here, just because I want to find out just how good this thing is or not. So yeah, let's check it out. I don't know. And it, yeah, we're so low on money at this point. I'm really hoping that they're going to bite on one of our contracts here. Yeah, okay, Company B has rejected that because we don't have guns. That's kind of fair enough. But is there any contract now that we can actually fulfill? I don't think we can even submit this for this trial here because it's just too bulky. They want a small tank, so that's a no-no. We've got Regiment A, which has already been there under formation. Company B is under formation. Both of these tanks are normally based on our designs, but it does not appear that they are really using them, which is kind of a bummer. Right, so we could continue to produce the Prometheus or the Mark II. I think we just actually need to continue with the Prometheus because we probably want to sell more of these guys. How many have we got at this point then? 16. Let's continue with them. There we go. We now have too little material to buy anything else. But we need to pay our workers and everything, so I don't really want to buy more material either. Acceptable performance. Okay, let's actually check out. Can we see how your performance has improved? Okay, you've got 30 more firepower. You've got a little bit better crew performance. Your reliability is slightly higher. Protection is slightly lower. Mobility is kind of the same. Repairability is slightly lower. Still, I think this is a good design. Slightly better design than what we had. But as you can see, it's kind of difficult to sort of be everyone's man at the same time. So I think what we need to do is actually we need to lay off all of our engineers. Sorry, you need to go. We need to check what we can do to save some money over here. 38,000. Once the month ticks over, we're going to have a problem there. You're going to be coming over there to design. That's fine. Right, let's actually check on how much money we are paying. Okay, World War I has broken out, and we've got the front, and there is a weird little animation for that. So you can see there's more to this game. We don't really know what's going on here yet. There are apparently some tanks, Sturmpanzer in 1914. I don't know why. We're going to see how exactly that is going to turn out. But I think really not in the demo. There we go, 4 more tanks. Lovely, lovely. Now what? Now what? We don't have enough material to build more stuff. So, what's actually missing? What is actually missing? So, iron we've got enough. Oh no, we can build 2 more. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, let's do build these 2. But what is going to be the limiting factor afterwards? Medium steel, actually, it seems. Yeah, okay, we need more medium steel. Let's buy a little bit more medium steel. There's no point keeping our runs idle. Yeah, pricing is different over here, but I am going to buy slightly more of this stuff here. I'm going to buy some of each, but I will pay the premium for this to be delivered slightly earlier. Ah, that was very timely. Materials are now more expensive. We can think about selling stuff. We've got a doctrine here. I still don't know what exactly that means, but there are certainly some interesting factors here. And you can really see the ooh, by the way, notice money. We were 30,000. We are very much not at 30,000 anymore. So we are paying around 20,000 in terms of wages every month. Can that be? Let's look at staff over here. Total salary 12,000. Yeah, that's over here. But I think we also pay these guys. So how much are we paying? Yeah, 6,000 for maintenance and 16,000. Yeah, so 22,000. If we don't have 22,000, we're going to be bust. And that happened to me last time. And I do not want to have that happen again. So I suppose what we need to do is we might actually need to sell some material. Unless there's any contract that I overlooked. There's no contract right now, so we need to survive. This is at this point pretty much a question of survival and keeping around. Well, as much as it pains me, let's fire you. That is going to give us some leeway there. In around 3 days, we're going to get some more high carbonated steel. Okay, let's wait 3 days. Several employees have been hurt. We are not going to need to pay you. I know this is not particularly lovely thing to say, but it is what it is. 16,000. Okay, we need at least 6,000 to stay afloat for the next month. So that's a really, really comfortable position to be in, isn't it? Right, so let's sell some of our material here. Some glass, some high carbonated steel. How much am I getting actually for one? I'm getting 4. I'm getting 4, so I could buy with a high lead time, and I think that would actually be a pretty good deal. Huh. That's interesting. Right, let's sell a little bit of that, man. Let's... Is that true for all of these guys? So, just one would net me 3. 6. Okay, so it really does depend on whether you can get enough. Iron, we have a lot of iron. How much is iron worth? 1. That's just really a flat out 1, yeah. Yeah. Interesting that for the steel, for the high carbureted steel, that was slightly better. Right, 1,000. Let's sell that. I think we should have enough to actually start another production run here. We could, of course, fire our people, but I don't think I want to do that yet, because we just might be in a position where we can get back on our feet. So yeah, I think the medium, sorry, no, the rubber is what we can sell to some abundance. Right, there we go. That should get us to the next month. So, but we really do need, we actually do absolutely need a contract. Company A has now been equipped and is currently deployed. Can we see where you are? What tanks you have? Well, we can certainly see some movement across the front here. And I do remember seeing some news items. But I don't know which tanks they have. They certainly don't have ours because we didn't sell anything to them. There is the enemy, Daimler, producing some stuff. You guys have come up with a new tank model. Congratulations on that. We need some money. We're really starting to wear thin here. Workers' efficiency has improved. Well, that's lovely, but I'm not entirely sure. Company B. Yes, unfortunately we didn't really support them either. Okay, the Medal of Mons has concluded. So, presumably you guys... Okay, you did meet up there, but no tank battle yet. Oh, could be a tank battle. Do we get more information about that? We do get some. Apparently one of our tanks was lost. Well, not the ones that we produced, but a tank nonetheless. A new front in the Middle East, that's okay, but really what I do need is a supply contract. Okay, our workers are idle, we don't have enough money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay off workers. I'm sorry guys, you just need to go. We can't afford you, sorry. New enemy designs, but yeah, you can see it's costing us a lot of money and we really do need a contract. Naval safety, not good either. Company D, okay, do you have contracts outstanding that I kind of missed? No, not yet, but there are some guys who are being supported. Battle of Marne concluded. Yes, that's all okay. Company E. Yes, if you're establishing all of these companies, could you pretty please just buy my tanks? At this point, we have no employees. Everyone is just... 3 guys here are information, and they're not asking for contracts yet. Ah, here we go. Yeah, but you want the cavalry tank. And we can't even submit an offer here because they're just not... The weight considerations are just not good enough. Such a shame. Okay, we are very close to getting bossed over here, so we'll just need to sell off all the materials that we have left at this moment. Kind of unfortunate, but I don't want to go down with this company, so let's just sell everything that we've got over here. This is such a hard game in the beginning. I hope that they fix that at some point. Because last time I did go bust. These guys are offering new stuff here all the time. And we are still sitting on our old stuff. Ah, a cavalry unit. That's another cavalry unit. We should have gone for the cavalry tank. Anti-tank weapons appear. We are starting to lose a lot of stuff over here. Company A then. Okay. Come on, guys. Give me a break over here. I just need to... I just need one. One of you guys need to buy my things. And this is again looking for mail tank. Now, surprisingly enough, again, our tanks here are the better design, even though they don't... It should be armed with guns. But you actually want firepower soft. Much more than you want firepower hard. Okay, you know what? That's it. We just need to deliver as many tanks here as possible for as high a price as possible. Our success score is 79. I am hopeful for this. I'm actually hopeful for this. Let's try to go for that. Accepted. Yes. Yes. 20 Prometheus are ready for delivery. We should be able to do that quickly here. Yeah, there we go. Prometheus. Let's look at the logistics of that. We've got 23 in stock. We need to deliver 20. We can deliver in 7 days with you guys, or 14 days with you, 15 there. You know what? Let's deliver it like that. Ship. Yes. Do you deliver everything? Contract fulfilling? 15. No, you didn't. Okay, so I still need the 5 here. Let's ship over here. Notice that even shipping does cost some money here. But I do hope that soon we're going to get some money. 5 delivered. That's lovely. That's good. That's a first good step over here. And the contract has been completed. And we are in the green, ladies and gentlemen. £760,000. That is a tremendous amount of money. Which we now have ready going force. That's great. We are saved. That was so slim. I don't think we would have lasted another month over here. Of course, we do have large troubles over here because at this point, our only assets are 3 tanks. We don't have any employees. We have absolutely no stock of raw material whatsoever. So yeah, that's some trouble brewing here for our company. But at least we have the financial resources to build it up at this point. And I think that is exactly what we want to do. So I think what we at this point will do is go back to hiring some staff, especially some engineers here, which are going to go then and try to get to the next iteration here of research. Now we've pretty much done all of the secondary stuff over here, so we don't need to be too concerned with that. But I do think we should think about, for example, the Mark V hull here. So maybe try to build something better for the future. Let's try to build up a couple of things here. Although I'm not entirely sure how long the demo will last. No, exactly, just one more day. But you can see we would be in a pretty good position to catch up. But it would be a catching up game because we hadn't done any research for such a long time now, and certainly didn't have any raw material and so on. Now, I hope you enjoyed this little mini-series. Do let me know in the comments whether you would like to see more of that game and maybe a little bit of Sprocket in the future. That being said, hope to see you around. Do leave a like, subscribe, and everything like that. And take care.